I believe in dying and being reborn a lot of times over your life. I believe in that your your body, of course, will stay alive until your body dies, but your mind, your soul, your heart, however you want to call it, can die and be reborn a lot of times over your lifetime. And I think you can really feel this. I think you can really feel when it's time to die. I think you can really feel when you are reborn. And I think we can learn to see this and live with this and think about this and accept it. I think being reborn, when you can ask me now, so how does it feel to die? How does it feel to be reborn? How should I know when I are reborn right now, when I'm dying right now? And I think I think we all were in situations in our lives where we just felt stuck. We had negative emotions, negative thoughts in ourselves. We kind of don't like ourselves where we were or are in life, and we didn't really know which way to go, and we were just stuck. Okay, I think um, that's the perfect indicator for us to know it's time to die, and we have to find a new self to go, and we can grow out of this. I think being reborn feels amazing. I think being reborn is to feel peace, no suffering, feel love for ourselves and for the world, and feel just fulfilled. I had this many times in my life where had I just had times where I had no suffering, where the world was just perfect the way it was, and I hadn't even achieved certain material things I wanted, but I felt this fulfillment anyways. How amazing is that? I had material goals, I still have these, but I felt fulfillment many times anyways. I have this tattoo with a butterfly which says, die sometime, it's good for you. And I truly believe in that. I truly believe in that we kind of feel stuck. We just need to grow and find out that this old self has to die. We lived it to the limit, and now we can bury it, and it has to die, and we can just change and grow into a new self, which is getting born. And when I found myself in situations in my life where I was like reborn, where I felt so great, my character changed drastically, and people said this to me. People people who just, which I don't see that many times, they saw me after a year and they told me I've changed so much in a positive way. They like that. And I think that's growing. I think dying and being reborn, that's growing. And I think growing is a fucking beautiful thing. I don't think we should be afraid of growing. I don't think we should think growing is a negative thing. I think the pain of staying the same your whole lifetime should be greater than the pain of change or of growth. For example, when I met my girlfriend for the first time and I approached her on the street, the pain right before this very change I approach her, this is a step of change. The pain right before that was so big, and it's just, change sometimes feels painful to step out of your comfort zone, but the life I have with her right now, the life I had after I did this, was just, it's just mind-blowing, and it's amazing how my life turned and twisted to the better with her. Just because I did this small changing thing. And I think the pain of staying the same your whole life, the pain of just not doing this and not going out of your comfort zone should be greater than the pain of just doing it. The greater the pain is of doing it, the greater is the benefit. So I was terrified to talk to her. I was terrified, but the benefits is just, you can't compare that. It's amazing. And it's just not talk to girls. It's just in every part of your life doing uncomfortable things. Telling people compliments when you are uncomfortable doing that. Telling your parents that you love them when you didn't do that for maybe since your childhood. All these things which feel uncomfortable, telling the truth to people when they should know it. Maybe it feels uncomfortable for you, then do it. Please do it. It will, I believe in that it's good and healthy for you, and you will change, your life will change into the positive. I truly believe that. And you can really sense when your old self has to die and when a new self, a new version of you can be reborn. I heard a story about a old married couple, maybe 80, 90 years old, and the man talked about her wife, and he said, in a way, over the years I had different wives because she changed. She grew. He was never married to the same exact personality. He was married to a wife with many different personalities over the year, and that's so beautiful. And what's even more beautiful is that he said he loved every new version of her, he loved even more. And you can treat yourself like this. Love yourself and love every new version of you even more. Love the people around you, and when they show new versions of themselves, love them for this. Of course, when the new version of themselves is treating themselves good and when they are loving, I think that's important. I think change in general, I think change or growth is something so beautiful and overlooked sometimes. And yeah, we spend a lot of time, I did that too, just stressing about the future and not was in peace about the past, and just trying to, many people are trying to get their peace or their new selves or their fulfillment out of making thoughts about the future or the past and try to deal with that. Maybe just figure something out which they could have done better, stressing, have anxiety about the future all the time, and just figure that out, and then they can live in peace. But I think when we zoom out of that and go into the present, I think that's all we need. We cannot get the feelings we want out of the past and the future. We can only live it right now in the present. Here it is, always achievable. The fulfillment and the peace you always search in material things, in the future, in the past, it's never there. It's never outside of yourself. It's never in the future. It's never in the past. It's right here, right now, always by your side. And I think for so long I had anxiety about my future. I just had fear not achieving my goals. But that's the first thing you can do, decreasing your chances of achieving your goals, is to stress about it and have anxiety not achieving it. When you find a version of yourself, a you, which is, or when you can find a life, a state of mind where you are where you love yourself and love your life anyways. You don't need to achieve this in order to be happy, fulfilled. That's beautiful. Okay. You don't need the things you think you need. The problem is that you think you need the things you think you need. You don't need this. So when you don't achieve it, when you don't achieve your goals, the world will spin anyways. You will breathe anyways. Life goes on, okay? There are things, in fact, that you can do to achieve your goals, but they are not in the future. We should not stress about the future. I think the best things you can do to achieve your goals is to go into the present moment and see what can I do right now which increase my chances of achieving this. It's logical thinking. And when you do that all the time, when you live in the present moment and do things for achieving your goals in the present moment, you build a trust. You build trust in yourself that you are capable of doing this and achieving this, and that's truly powerful. Stressing about the future brings you nothing. Nothing but stress and unhealthy thoughts. When you want to achieve your goals, find a way to don't need them and look what you can do for it in the present moment right now and do it. Just do it. I think that's a beautiful way. I think that's a healthy way. It feels way better. And that's a way to live life without stressing about the future all the time.